Good evening, good evening. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Eddie. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new here and this is your first time, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to let me know that you stopped by. I would greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into today's topic, shall we? All right, so we got the welfare queen. That's who we're talking about today. You guys, we are in trouble. She is big mad. She said one of you guys, I don't know which one, but one of you guys called DHS on her and pretty much got her $4,000 in food stamps slashed down to nothing and almost got her kicked off of Section 8. So we're going to go ahead and let her cook. We're going to watch her video as well as one reaction video that I did find as well. We're going to go ahead and let her cook, and then we'll come back and we'll discuss what she has to talk about because she's very upset, and we just want to see why she's upset, okay? Let's go ahead and get into the video.
Now opened it, and somebody reported me to the state of Michigan because I'm making money on TikTok and I drive a 2024 BMW. They have cut my food stamps from almost $4,000 a month down to $88 a month. They are telling me if I want a review that I have to sell my car. So you're telling me if you were on welfare, food stamps, cash assistance, Section 8, you can't drive a nice car? They are forcing me to sell my brand new BMW, or I lose almost $4,000 in food stamps. Not only that, they have taken my cash assistance totally away. They are telling me that Section 8 will no longer be paying 95% of my rent, only 10% of my rent. So I will have to pay a little over $400 a month now instead of $60 a month. They cannot.
Wow, it looks like the Doge got you too, boo.
Lady, who was a Trump supporter, and now all her stuff getting cut off because they cut her food stamps. She was getting $4,000 in food stamps. I've never. Now I ain't got no kids, but I ain't never. And then on top of that, because she's getting money from TikTok, and she bought a 2024 BMW. And they says you gotta take that back. Then they cut off her cash assistance. I said, oh, wow. And then they take her Section 8. And it was just so crazy to me because she ain't had no teeth in her mouth. And I was like, they really fucked y'all because they really had y'all thinking that it was gonna be us. They really had y'all thinking, like, how did you forget that you're on the government assistance? Stupid bitch.
No words. I really have no words, but I'll find some because this is new to me. I didn't even know that you could get $4,000 a month in food stamps. I know people that have 4 kids, 5 kids that only get like 1,000. So I don't know what lie you have to tell or what stunt you have to pull to get $4,000 a month. I don't know if it's a typo. Maybe you're only supposed to get 400 a month. Maybe that's the case, but 4,000 a month is insane. I really want to know how many kids she has. I don't watch her content. I don't even know what her content's about. But I do know this. That's a lot of money to get. But if you're purchasing the 2024 BMW, riddle me why you need cash assistance. Because cash assistance is basically like cash money on a debit card. So food stamps is one thing, but to have cash assistance, that pretty much means you're low income. And it doesn't really sound like you're low income based on that purchase. And third of all, Section 8, if I was on Section 8, I would never play with Section 8 because it takes people 2-3 years just to get on Section 8. There's people that have been on the list for over 5 years where I'm at. So if you're on Section 8, you got to keep it real cute because that's something that you do not want to get kicked off of once you're actually on it. It can take you a lifetime to get back on. But let's really talk about how does anybody know that she's on food stamps? Is it something she's bragging about on her content? Because it's giving that, because she's made some other content about food stamps and about how nail salons don't accept this type of assistance and blah, blah, blah. So there's this whole segment on TikTok and Instagram where people are being very clickbaity. They're going to stores and buying the junkiest of the junk food and buying like just pretty much BS with their food stamps in efforts to get clicks and views based off of rage. That's what I was noticing when I was actually researching this story, is that there's a lot more content creators on these platforms. They're going to Costco, they're going to other stores like that, and they are buying stuff that they know will garner a lot of like rage from people who don't get food stamps, right? Because a lot of people are commenting saying like, oh, I don't even get food stamps. I can't even buy stuff like that. I can't even buy steak. I can't even afford to buy, shrimp boil and all this other stuff. And hey, you have kids, why are you purchasing like these really sugary drinks and these really like fattening snacks? And the whole concept behind that is to get a reaction. So part of me feels like this is a little clickbaity. I don't know if that amount is true. Is she really getting $4,000 a month, or does she just want a reaction? I'm kind of side-eyeing the $4,000 a month just because I've never known anybody ever get that much. I didn't even know you could get that much. So I think that part might be a little fabricated, but I don't know. It's all alleged, but I just don't really believe that part. I believe she probably was getting something, but I don't know if it was $4,000 a month. If you were, it sounds like you don't really need it anyways. Like you purchase a whole 2024 BMW, and now they're telling you that you have to go and sell it. Even that part, like I've never heard them make a demand like that. Now, I have heard DHS saying, you have to come in for a review, you have to submit your documents as far as how much you make, your pay stubs, all that type of stuff. I have heard that, but I've never seen them specifically cite something like you need to sell your vehicle. I've never really heard them say that. But maybe, she's a Michigan. I'm not in Michigan, so maybe they roll a little bit different over there. But if that is the case, I really don't feel bad for you, because to me, it doesn't sound like you need it anyway. Like, you purchased this new car and you're on TikTok saying that you're making money, which, by the way, you volunteered that information, so nobody really had to snitch you out. You kind of snitched yourself out. So that's another thing, is why would anybody really care that you're getting food stamps unless you're bragging about that, but you're also bragging about this new car that you bought? So you got to be really careful, because, see, if I was getting $4,000 a month in food stamps, you would never know, because I would never tell you that. That's something that you keep on the low, because you just let that roll in, right? You just let that roll in. You don't tell anybody, because that's its ultimate come up. Section 8, $4,000 in food stamps, cash aid, all this stuff, I'm not telling you that. That's really my business. I'm going to keep that to myself. I'm just going to let that gravy train continue to roll in, right? If I was so fortunate to get that, which, by the way, I probably would never get that. But if you are getting that, most people that do get that type of stuff, they really keep it on the hush, because a lot of them aren't supposed to be getting it, or a lot of them have been getting it for so long that it's really time to be off of it. But, if you're getting a come up, you're getting a come up. I'm not even mad at it, because I'm not going to turn down a come up, period. So if I was getting it, I just would be more hush-hush about it. You were just crazy enough to actually post about it online, and you're still talking about it online. That's the whole gag about it. You're still talking about it online. You're still running your mouth on TikTok about it. So you really haven't learned your lesson. So do we feel bad for her? Probably not. I was going through a lot of the comments. Y'all don't feel bad for her at all. I don't know which one y'all snitched her out. I think that's hilarious. But y'all don't really feel bad for her. And to be honest, I don't either. So she has to go ahead and get over it. You got a review coming up. They didn't completely cut you off. They still gave her 10% of the rent through Section 8. She got less than $100 a month in food stamps. So she still qualifies for something. So if I were you, I would go to the review, maybe, plead and beg to get some of your benefits back. But if they ask for your TikTok pay, those pay stubs or whatever TikTok gives you when they pay you, you're probably not going to get much else. You might get completely cut off, to be honest with you. So I don't know what to tell you. Don't feel bad for you, though. I'm sorry that happened to you, but it sounds like you kind of need to be off. Some people deserve to be on it. Some people really need that help, but it doesn't sound like you're one of them. So I don't know what to tell you, sis. Anyway, that is it for today, you guys. That is the topic. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, I really appreciate all of you guys stopping by, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.